What's up, everybody? It's Sam Madison, 29th and Madison Avenue. Ain't no introduction. Listen, from y'all vision and from your view, got Pat Surtain left corner, 2-9 right corner. Man, welcome to Madison Avenue, man. What's going on?
What's up, big homie? Nothing, man. Chilling, just in the office, man.
In the office? Hold on. What that mean? Hold on. In the office all of a sudden. For the last couple of years, the retired life, dropping the kids off, going, picking them up, getting the coaching, going out there, spending some time with your kid. Man, your son is doing awesome, by the way. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But, man, retired life now, it ain't peaches and cream, huh? You got to put in some work.
Man, I'm a late riser, so I used to drop my kids off and go back home. But now, I drop them off, I go in the office. I'm there 8:30 to 6 every day. So it's all in the process of getting these kids to college, and that's what I'm all about.
Well, so probably about 6 years ago, if everybody don't know, Pat and I, we started working out, doing little camps here and there. His son was a little bit younger, getting into the football, ring of things down here in South Florida. And once he came back from Kansas City and I came back from New York, virtually during at the same time. Yeah. And Pat, all of a sudden, you became a head coach this year over at American Heritage Plantation. Man, how you feel about that?
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good. Like you mentioned, when we first came back from our prospective teams, I was down here with nothing to do, looking for somewhere to put my son to play football, and just being out there and being around football, man, we get that itch. Mm-hmm. And I was a parent the first year. The second year, I was like, man, let me get out there. Started coaching. And, ever since then, fell in love with it, fell in love with the aspect of, mentoring these young kids and just looking to continue to develop these kids and not only make them better football players, but also better young men. Man,
now all of a sudden, I'm following your footsteps. Like you talk about, one of the things that you hit home was mentoring these kids, from South Florida in itself, Louisiana, California, Texas, Georgia. You're going to get those kids that can really go and play at the next level, which is in the National Football League. So leading those guys right now and getting them to that college perspective, man, thank you for doing that work. But, let's switch some gears right now. Let's move on, to the National Football League. Your team, man, your former team, the Miami Dolphins, they made, some may say, a big splash this year. Coach Gase, Vance Joseph, right. 2 new coaches, 1 head coach, like one of the youngest in the National Football League, but what he's doing, I kind of like, because we always touched on it, having fun in practice. Man, that was really, really important to us, man. And people was like, man, how and where did all this dancing come from? It started in practice because we were making a whole lot of plays. And Coach Gase, he's fun, he's out there, he's challenging the defense, but not only that, he's getting that offense to be the lead versus having the defense lead.
Absolutely, and they say that the team takes on the personality of the coach, but Adam, being the youngest head coach of the league, he's going to bring that enthusiasm, he's going to bring that fire, because he can relate more to these players of today, and bringing a young guy in like Vance Joseph, a New Orleans native, let me say, who's going to bring, some differences in the defense and challenge these guys. I think it's going to be fun to see, and with the draft picks we got, with the guys we got coming back, looking forward to see how these guys develop and how they're going to be able to compete this year.
And now you see this football team building through the draft, building competition. And one of the things that Chris Greer as well as Mike Tannenbaum keep saying in the guys that they've selected, and then, looking at the free agents that they brought in, they love football. One thing that I can say, right now, whether you played in the National Football League, I know you did it in college, and you're doing it in high school at the youth left level as well, man, you have to be prepared and you have to love football to have everybody on the same page.